While my Booktube channel isn't new, I've recently come across the Newbie Booktube Tag, and I thought it would be a great way for you to get to know me if you're already a subscriber or just clicking on this video now. There are a list of questions I have found from Carrie Can Reads. She recently did a video chatting about the Booktube community and how she got started in it, and I am going to tag her, so if you're watching, hey Carrie. But it's basically just a little bit of an icebreaker, which I usually hate, but because it's just me filming in my living room, it won't be too bad, and hopefully this will help you understand me and the videos that I produce a little bit better. All right, first question, why I started this channel. So actually, Carrie was a huge inspiration why I started my Booktube channel. I didn't see that as something for myself. I actually never saw content creation for myself. I'm very shy and more introverted. As I've gotten older, that started to dissipate a bit. I actually have another YouTube channel where I do makeup, and I was having a hard time connecting with people over it. While I love makeup, I love buying makeup, I love talking about makeup, I find because I don't have a unique angle on it yet, it's hard to be inspired by the videos I was making, like myself, hard to keep up with making something different. And I was even looking back on them the other day, and I'm quite even leveled, like it's not bringing out my personality yet. And so I've taken a hold on that. I started my Booktube channel, I think at the end of 2024, around Christmas time, summarizing videos like Carrie does, and she does them fantastically. Good job, Carrie. The reason why I like them so much is, one, they're great if a new book is coming out in a series and you don't feel like reading the other books again. Or two, I love them when I'm sick and I'm just in bed and I don't really want to watch a movie, but just having someone telling you a story, oh, it's fabulous. I found out I am awful at summarizing. It is not my strong suit. There's not a lot of things that are, but summarizing is something I gotta work on. So I started like 5-minute book reviews and didn't get a lot of traction on those videos either. I was getting maybe like 8 views, which is fine, views are views. But I didn't feel like I was contributing anything. There's nothing really to watch about my videos. Maybe that's a bit too much, being my hardest critic, but I've actually been back in college now. I've done 2 full-time semesters, and I have absolutely loved my literary courses. I'm still just trying courses out. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I'm in a university transfer program, so I'll do 2 years of college in university to get that degree. In what? I still don't know. I think I am still a little scared to be like, yeah, I want a literature degree or I want an English degree. I don't know. I'm trying to separate what people told me in childhood about education. Instead, doing something like talking about books, analyzing books. It's just, I love it. I think it's such a magical part of life. That was a very deep first question. I really went into it. So yeah, next question. I think I finished answering that. What can I bring to Booktube? I am trying to not be a review channel. I like watching reviews, but I find I don't like reading fast. It just depends on the book, but usually I really like taking my time with a book, one, rereading a chapter, or even when you're getting to the end of the book, start again. Because I think there is so much hidden within those sentences to dissect, to analyze, in not a critical way of like, oh, they did this wrong. Or I just like diving a little deeper to see what the book reveals about like me, society, relationships, relations within family, obligations. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And I get really excited about that. And that's what I want to talk about. I used to consume more Bookstagram, where people were doing recommendations and really beautiful posts and shorts about that. But I just found Instagram has I think it's gone downhill. I don't like the algorithm anymore. I don't like how I'm getting random people's feeds. So I deleted my Instagram, I deleted my TikTok. So I just focus on YouTube now, and I really enjoy long form content. I also do short form content where I talk about words and their definitions, which I don't know. I have a small vocabulary. Hello, I grew up with the internet, and I just think there should be no shame in it, and we should all just try to learn. I had some people try to shame me and be like, oh, where are you from? None of your business. I'm trying to learn now, who cares? All right, next question. Why I love reading. I think a lot of people, reading creates an escapism, and it can be fairy tale with dragons and quests and fairies, or it can be something where you can learn about other people's lives, someone who has a different skin color than you, someone who has lived and grown up on the other side of the planet, and you can just understand that culture more. Actually, I'm a huge TV watcher. It's something I'm trying to stop to do. Specifically because with TV, I find you don't do anything. Sometimes maybe you're critically thinking about it. You're like, what does that mean? Oh, they're playing this music. What does that have to do to enhance the scene? I do usually use TV as like a turn off the brain, while with reading, it's engaging. It excites me. It can boost my mood. It can make me feel sad. I just think, like I said earlier, reading is so magical, and it's become a wave of passion throughout my life. I definitely read more at certain times, less at others. I'm having a great time reading right now. What book or series got you into reading? Okay, this is gonna be like, I'm gonna say throughout my life a bit here. I think when I was younger, one of the first book series that really got me was The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes. And I used to do something diabolical where I would read the last page first. I don't know why I started doing this. I think I have a curiosity, which is why I don't really like reading mystery thrillers, because I read it in a day or two when I got other stuff to do. I can't just be reading all day. But it's like, I need to know what happened. And they're like really tiny books, so I would just read the last page first. But I don't know, she had really cute curly red hair. I loved her name, Abby. She felt like a friend. Was one of the first like book series where I sought it out in the bookstore, and I actually remember going to the bookstore looking to see if there was new ones. So I have really fond memories around that. And I remember reading Confessions of a Shopaholic. That was another really fun, just humanizing series. And then of course, Twilight was my life. I am still a huge Twilight fan. I read Midnight Sun last summer and had the best time, and I want to reread Twilight. I got the special 20th anniversary edition. And so I'd like to tuck into that because it's a beautiful book. And then when I was 16, I started reading Harry Potter. So I was definitely late to the game. I think actually it was 15 for my 16th birthday. I asked for the last 4 books in the series in hardcover. It was a good 16th birthday. Harry Potter, that was so close to my heart because I was in high school. I was having a hard time. It gave me such a sense of these characters are my friends. And I think that was the first time I'd ever felt that, rather than just fascination with Twilight, or, when you're younger, I don't know if I associated friendship with books. So those characters just, I'll be honest, they made me feel safe. They made me feel like I could go out and do life and go to class. And Hermione actually gave me a drive to go home and do homework, which I did not usually have. And unfortunately, that didn't last too long, but that was my first time of really attaching to a book series. Oh my God, who am I kidding? Also, Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia. I have the Costco thick edition, all the books, and I know Netflix is going to be coming out with that, I think in the winter, so I will be rereading and probably be doing a series on it. So if you're interested, please hit subscribe. It's been really fun to get to know some subscribers and hear about what you like to read. As much as I give recommendations, I get a lot of recommendations as well, like given to me from you. So I love it. That's what I want in this book community. Also kind of took a bit of a hiatus, was reading like a few books here and there. And then ACOTAR, Court of Thorns and Roses, that series, especially Silver Flame, it came into my life again, kind of feeling lonely, dealing with grief. And Silver Flame made me feel like, yeah, I'm gonna get out there and run. And I'm gonna scale this mountain of emotion and I can get through it. Kind of. And then that really got me into fantasy. Now I'm definitely into the Gothic. I took a Gothic course in September and it changed my life, blew my mind. Shirley Jackson is now my girl. We are best friends. I ride or die for her books. And so I talk about them a lot on this channel too. Yeah, what challenges will you face starting Booktube? That's an interesting question because you don't always think about the challenges that you're gonna face. Carrie had a really good point of not giving in to the consumerism and just trying to read as many books as you can to post content. I've been reading a bit faster recently because I don't usually buy multiple books at once, maybe 2, but I bought like 4 Shirley Jackson's books. And so I've been reading her book and then reading another book to, you know, change it up. And it's been making me want to read more because I want to read more Shirley Jackson. So I don't know, maybe I should just be reading Shirley Jackson straight out. I agree with that. I don't want to be pushing book after book. There's always the library, of course. I think another fear or challenge, people's opinions can be really hard to navigate, especially around books. I've had people leave pretty rude comments on my shorts when I'm doing like vocabulary that I don't know. And I definitely had someone made me question if I should do this, which is crazy. I posted a Wuthering Heights short. I don't even remember what it was about. I didn't check YouTube's automatic subtitles and it spelled like weather, like not wither with a U. This person was so angry at me for not checking that and how dare I try to run a book channel. Okay, another question. Where do you read? I am on the couch right now where I usually read. It's usually on the couch or in bed, and if I'm in bed, then Maurice, my cat, he will sleep with me, which is absolutely amazing. So while it's very relaxing and sometimes it's hard to then get out of bed and go do stuff if I'm done reading for the day, it's absolutely fantastic for kitty cuddles. When did you start reading? I actually really struggled reading when I was younger. Wasn't good at it, had to get a tutor, had to be in like special groups at school. So at first, reading felt like a chore. It was a struggle. I didn't understand what they were saying, and I don't think I saw it as a movie in my mind as I do now, which is one of my favorite parts. But yeah, it wasn't until like The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes. I don't remember how I found that book, but I've always had this narrative in my mind where you have to be good at something kind of from the start. And I see that a lot with writers. They're like, oh, I started writing when I was like 8, 5. I had written my first book when I was 16. And you don't hear a lot about people, oh, I actually changed jobs when I was in my 30s, 40s. This is my new career path and I'm learning all this new stuff and I love it. That's kind of what's happening for me now. I am in my 30s and going back to college. It's been scary, but it's been good. What I most enjoy studying is something that I couldn't even do when I was younger. What books do you like to read? Oh, sorry, love to read. Well, hello, Little Miss Shirley Jackson. This is The Bird's Nest. It is, I'm only like a quarter, maybe a third of the way through. It's creepy. It's unsettling, which is what I love about Gothic literature. I've definitely dived headfirst, full on submerged with Gothic literature. I just read Rebecca. I think that's another book I need to reread. While I enjoyed it, I think there's so much in this book to unpack that I should reread it. Because while the main storyline is great, it's very interesting, I know it's what's not said where this book is really going to shine. So that's Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. If you're interested in Rebecca, but maybe don't want to buy a book, she also has a short story called The Apple Tree. You might have to buy that one too. I don't know if that's online, but that was really good as well. That was creepy and consuming. Again, deals with a widower and the deceased wife still pervading into his life. Shirley Jackson also has a short story online, The Lottery. I have actually not read that yet. I want to get it in a book of her short stories because I will just buy everything of hers. Hello, I love fantasy. It's what got me into reading again. Been really loving Brandon Sanderson. He came out with a short story. It's like sci-fi, tailored reality. So it's how reality can be like remolded and reshaped. And you know what I really like, and I haven't read it for a while, is Greek retellings, but also just fantasy stories in ancient Greece, because it makes me want to, one, go to Greece. I haven't been yet. I would absolutely love to go. And two, like, it makes me want to eat Greek food, make Greek food, like the feta, dalmatis, oregano and tomatoes and vinegar and wine. Oh my God, whenever they describe the food in these books, I just salivate. I've posted this on my shorts quite a bit, but if you haven't seen them, this is Amanda Bouchette, A Promise of Fire. There's 3 books in this series and some spin-off books as well as some of the characters. It's a romance set in ancient Greece. You got the gods and it's just really fun to read. I really enjoy myself. I haven't read it for a while. But all right, that is my newbie book tag video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm very excited for some of the videos I have planned. I'm always trying to get better with editing. I really need to get better with script writing because when I talk about books, I can get a little tongue-tied. And I don't know if I always get my point across properly, but he wants some treats. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear what your favorite book is. Like, what books do you love to read? What books inspire you? I hope you have a great day and I will see you later. Oh, who's that? You a boy? Oh, you look very nice. Do you know you're on camera? Good boy, Mo. Do you have anything to say?